And welcome back. This is Growing Older and Wiser, and I am Krista Gibson. I saw something the other day, a quote, a statement, and I don't remember who said it. It doesn't matter. So if it was you, thank you. That statement was that, let me see, I wrote it down. The people who can disturb me are my greatest teachers. The people who can disturb me are my greatest teachers. Interesting, right? And I think if you've been around metaphysics or New Thought any length of time, you've heard this statement made in various ways, that the people who upset us are the people who have the greatest lessons for us to learn. You know, people with whom we get along, everything is smooth and nice and hunky-dory, have less to teach us. Now, I don't know that I 100% believe that. I don't know that one can teach better than the other, but I do believe that the people who can ruffle our feathers indeed are pointing to something for us to take a look at. At our ages, whatever age you are, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you are quote-unquote older in some way. You're not 20. Although, hey, if you're young watching this, more power to you. Is that in our lives at this point, there have been a lot of different people who have ruffled our feathers, people who have disturbed our peace, people who have made us sad, unhappy, angry, whatever. And my question is, were we aware at the time that they were actually there to teach us something? They weren't just there to annoy us. They were there to teach us something. And the people who currently can do that to us are there to teach us something. Now, I don't know about you, but I will honestly just say forthrightly at this point in time, this is March, April, right in there, 2024. There are a lot of people on the public stage of politics, particularly, who can really get my engine going if I let them. And I do ask myself, why am I responding to that at such a guttural level? For me, frequently it comes down to fairness. It comes down to justice. It comes down to people being treated the same, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, how famous you are, the color of your skin, the country of your origin, whatever. None of that should matter. We should treat each other the same, and we should treat each other with dignity and respect, and that isn't always happening. So I look at that and I go, okay, this riles me up. So yes, there's the legitimate being riled up because I think it's wrong. But then I have to say, is there a lesson here for me? And if there is, what is that lesson? And I realize part of the lesson comes down to how I treat myself. That I'm not always fair with myself. I hold myself frequently to a higher standard than I do you or other people in my life. My spouse, I expect more from me. Now, how is that fair? Right? And I suspect you might do a similar thing. So I'm using this as an example of how you can look at the things in the world that upset you. And I'm not saying that it's not legitimate to be upset about them. Some of these things are just plain wrong. And we need more people activating and getting motivated to say, hey, these things are wrong, and I'm going to do my part to not have them stay there. If that means voting or writing letters or whatever it means for you, then I will do that. After you look at the outer world, though, and what you might need to do, then the second step is, and why is this so strong for me? Why am I getting such an emotional reaction? And find out what it is, and then say, aha, there's a lesson here for me over and beyond what's going on in the outer world. And so for me, it's looking at that and going, hey, Krista, how can you treat yourself more fairly? How can you be as nice to yourself as you are to other people? How can you be as kind and forgiving? And, looking at somebody and say, oh, well, of course, it's okay. Not a big deal. She did that. Well, say that about yourself, okay? So for me, it's learning to be fair with myself and to treat myself with justice and with dignity and all the things that I want other people treated. So my message today is to look at your life, past, present, future, however that works for you, and say, what are the things, are the people who most rile me up? Because they're my greatest teachers. And then the next step is to say, and what are they teaching me? And they don't have to be involved. They don't know what they're doing. They're living their lives. You're the one who's the focus here. They rile you up. Why? They rile you up. What am I to learn from that person? There's your thought for the week and a little bit of homework. See how it goes. And as always, please feel free to comment. Next time.